Oh, how's it going, everybody? Sorry, I'm a few minutes behind. We've got some bad weather, so it's taking me just a minute. And I'm trying to remember how to access on another telephone on getting into my account so I can get this giveaway going on. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Everybody here? It's broadcasting okay? Oh, thank you, Greg. How are you? Well, I was trying to... Oh, hi, Jerry. Guys, I was trying to figure out how to get into my account with another computer, and I'm having a problem in remembering what my code is. So give me a minute here. I'm trying to remember here. Aha, I got it. Okay. Well, hopefully you all are having a good week and good Saturday night. Sorry, this is kind of slow and everything. I was trying to access my account because, I have done a giveaway before on answering questions for Facebook and Instagram and stuff. So I had put out for everyone. Sorry, I'm trying to put my feet down. I put out if we hit 500 subscribers on each one of the channels. So that's Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I would do a giveaway. So we hit 500 on Thursday on YouTube. So this will be the live giveaway. I'm going to pick somebody at random, and I'm going to show it on this other phone that I'm just going to scroll through and pick somebody. And you'll tell me which one that you want. I don't know. I've got 3 different packages. I'll mail it. I just need to get your information. So you're going to have to email me at TnSteyr@gmail.com and prove that you're actually that person. So, everybody keeps it up on the up and up. But I'll mail it out to U.S. mail. And what I'm mailing, this doesn't matter where you're at in the country, guys, on any of the Facebook or Instagram, which will be the next 2 giveaways. So I'll mail any place on the globe that we can get a package sent off to. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I've got a couple things here to talk about. If you guys have anything you want me to answer while I find my subscriber list, I'll get into it and answer it. Channels. Oh, community. Just so you guys can see, I'm actually I'm scrolling here on this phone, looking for my subscriber network, and I'll show you. This will be everybody that's ever responded, hit like, that actually follows the channel, is who I'm gonna pick from. So that's everybody up to date, and we have 507 as of today. And I can see. Let's see. This actually tells me how long you've been here with the channel and following. So that's not going to matter. We're just going to pick and choose through here. So I'll give it a few more minutes. I'm hoping maybe we'll get a couple more people since I gave everybody, good time to scroll in. Let's see, Ray here. 508. Ryham. Sorry, right? You'll have to give me a little bit more explanation on 508. Okay, well, I've got the list here pulled up, so hopefully... Oh, subscribers. Oh. Well, this one's telling me I've got 507, so I don't know if somebody jumped out or if someone just jumped in, so... Hey, it works for me. Let's keep the numbers going up, because the more I get, more giveaways, stuff like this I can do, just to kind of stir up the channel and get more information. Which I've got a couple announcements I want to talk about the channel. I want to get y'all's feedback, and it'll be totally up to everybody that subscribes if I do this idea or not. Okay, well, this here's loading, so that's up. Let's see. Let's do the giveaway at 6:15. I'll pick the winner at 6:15. So you guys got to hear me talk for a few minutes, and we'll answer some questions. First off, I want to say thank you, everybody that's watching and listening to me yak and go on the channel and pass out information. I do appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. I don't really try to ask a whole bunch in my videos or do any of that. So this is all based off you guys, wanting information. So I hope you're getting it in the format that you want, in the way you want. During SHOT Show, I won a contest with AR500 and also got to meet them on the road during their event, and their plate showed up. So I did a live reveal the other day, and I just wanted to kind of show off their plate a little bit better in this video, guys. That's how thick one of their flappers are. And to give you reference, standard ballpoint pen tip for depth and everything. I mean, that's right at, I think it's like ½ an inch. Give me a second. I actually do have a caliber, I think, in here to actually pull the measurement. But I wanted to say thank you to AR500. I mean, granted, yes, I did win a contest, but they went way beyond what the rules were. 3/8. I'm going to pull it out. I'll give you a millimeter here. But they went way beyond what their contest was for what they wanted to do. I mean, there were some rules and stuff, and I followed it and went through that. But I asked for 2 targets. I ended up, they sent me reactive targets. They sent me the additional stands, the additional T-post hangers, the actual floor stands, which my table, as you guys see, I'm working off my small table. I can't even get these floor stands. They're like 3.5 feet long, 2.5 feet wide. They all interlock with themselves. So, their targets are awesome. For everything that they sent me, like I said, they went way beyond. So, all right, we're going to go, I'm going to give a millimeter here. It is at 9.5 millimeter thick. So let's see if I can work my caliber. I'm measuring 0.373 is the thickness of just the little flapper. They're definitely heavy duty, and I'm looking really forward to getting to shoot these and have to repaint them and sand them, scuff them, whatever. But when I say I got a plate, guys, serious. I didn't get to really show this, but check out the welds. And I had stated, guys, I've got a background in structural engineering for steel and stuff. Somebody just didn't use a stick welder on this thing. For the back, they're actually pinned, and all the edges are actually even sanded, which is awesome. So if I don't know, maybe if we can hit some major numbers, maybe we can do a giveaway on one of these or something. Get a set out there. But there was that, and like I said, guys, they even sent all the extra components and pieces. These are 2 stands for the 4x4s because miscommunication, something. I got T-post stands. So we're actually going to be shooting these, and that's going to lead into the next part of this conversation. Since we got just a few minutes, I hope everybody knows that later this year, July the 6th, in Nashville, Tennessee, I'm hosting a range day. I keep posting and putting some information up about it, but there is a free range day, and Steyr Arms is going to be there. And I've got a list of companies, and I'm sorry since it's just kind of a shuffle tonight. I think we've got 7 companies that are donating, sending product, gonna attend, be there, stop in, say hi to us, shoot with us, and just all you have to do is show up. It's at Royal Range in Nashville, Tennessee, July the 6th. We're going to shoot from 1 to 4. I've rented the range. We've got pistols and rifles. I'll be bringing stuff. And this one, there's the custom A1 that I built with Ranger Point Precision back from SHOT Show. So if you guys haven't got to see this, this was the TnSteyr Glock Killer, which next month, April sometime, I'll actually have the Gen 2, and we're going to take this upper, and we're going to put it on the Gen 2, and we're going to see how well it works also. But I've got some reviews and shooting times with this going to be coming out. But this is the Magna ported. Some people didn't even know it was Magna ported, but this is a 357 SIG Magna ported LA1 with all the lightning cuts and top slide serrations. So I'm working on getting these to the market. Possibly, I know there's some talk. We're trying to finish up everything on getting how they're going to come out. Ranger Point was still working on the logistics of it, but I'm hoping maybe this month, next month. It's actually going to see how it's going to flow and come to the market. We're just waiting on the A2s to actually come to market, in case if somebody wants this done on their new A2 L9. So we're going to try to give some time for those guns to get out, or at least the orders to be placed. So I am still working on this. A1s, this is for an L only. It's going to be an L. At least that's what I know at the moment. It's only my design, my idea is only applicable to the L model. But that might change. There might be some more things going on in the background. I'll let y'all know as soon as I know. Okay, well, we're getting towards that hour. I said 6:15, so we're going to do 6:15. Let's see here, guys. I'm going to reload up this page. All right. Well, hey, we're going to do this in backwards and forwards here. So if you're on here, here we go. I'm just going to scroll up and down, and we're going to pick somebody. Let's, it helps if I load more here. Let's load some more. Load some more. Guys, I'm going to try to get everybody on here. 1 second. I don't know. You guys excited as I am? I'm kind of excited to do this. I wonder who's going to win. Hold on, guys. I'm making sure I'm getting everybody loaded up in here. I want to make sure that this thing's got everybody available to play. Okay. Well, we'll make sure, because some of you actually know my personal name. You can see that I've got my account at the very bottom. I'm not playing, so I'm not going to win. But all right, we got everybody loaded. So here we go. Somebody type stop and I'll pick. That way you guys can interact with it. Somebody's got to be able to do it. All right. That one. You guys see it right there? All right. I've got my finger on floats 45. So here we go. Float 45. You've won. Let's see how long you've been here watching the channel. Yeah, 3 months ago. So you've been here for a little while. Let's see. Checking out your page. All right, so FLOTS45. You've won. I need you to email me at TnSteyr@gmail.com and let me know if you want 1, 2, or 3. You get to pick one of those numbers. I need to know which one, and I'll have to get your information and send it out to you. Now, just for fairness, guys, I can make up my own rules and play with stuff. Let's give it I don't know, we're going to say 3 days, 4 days to get in contact with me. If not, we'll pick somebody else. Or next week, if I don't hear something. I think that's about fair. Tell you what, how about we'll give them a week. If we don't hear somebody from a week, we'll I'll do this just off to the side and scroll and pick somebody else. So floats 45, you've got until next Saturday, 6:15. It gives you plenty of time to get in contact. Hopefully you'll see the upload and actually be following. So I'll kind of give a quick glance. I'm not going to tell you which number the prize pack is. I just kind of show off here on my table. There's just some goodies from SHOT Show, some information, some other stuff. So, hey Greg, how's it going? Hey Matty 013, dude, how's that RMR? We've got to talk this upcoming week about that RMR. So, okay guys, yeah, check out Cute Cat Calendar. Okay, here's some of the stuff that's on the table. Granted, you're not going to get that, so that's not it. But over here, there's some stuff. There's a package. There's some targets. There's some cool keychains. There's some lanyards. There's some lubrications from a company for your pistol, some CLP, a few other little things. Put a nice little package together. I mean, this is just some fun stuff that is from SHOT Show that I've put together, some stuff I personally have. So we'll get that sent out. So just need to get your info. Excuse me, John. Well, that's about it. Let's see. It was always good, at least. Hey, it's the bomb. Yeah, I don't know. I tell you what, we'll actually show this stuff because who is this? It's Delta Team Tactical Premium CLP. It was given to me at SHOT Show by this company. They told me to try it out. So this is one of the extra little bottles that they gave. So I'll share it with everybody else. Y'all can try it and let them know what you think. So there's it's like half an ounce of CLP lubricant. But you don't know which package that's in. So just let me know 1, 2, or 3, and we'll get it sent to you. Well, let's see. I've told you all that the range day is July the 6th in Nashville. Everybody knows next month, if you haven't got the order placed, get to your gun dealers, your FFLs. If you're looking for that new A2, it's supposed to be out and coming to the U.S. in April. So we've got, 30 days-ish or so. So that should be here. I'm waiting on mine too. So I'm like everybody else. I haven't even got mine yet. If you're following SHOT Show at IWI in Munich, Germany, a week ago, Steyr announced the 300 Blackout AUG, so that's actually going. Any word on when the 42 is going to drop? Manuel, the way I understand at SHOT Show, it was explained to me that Steyr is only going to produce the A2 in 3 sizes and 9mm to start. The 40 caliber is starting to go away. I mean, I don't want to say it's dead, but law enforcement, FBI, everybody's switching to 9. So at the moment, that's it. I haven't heard I haven't heard of a release date. So I don't know. I don't know if they plan on making it, if they're going to make an upper, just a barrel change and an upper slide like they used to do back in the early 2000s or mid 2000s for the 40 to 357. I don't know if that's their idea. I just haven't heard. So at the moment, the only thing I can positively say is it's only an L9 or a 9mm. You have an L, an M, and a C. They have discontinued the very small 3.8-inch subcompact. Yeah, if you want to do the 40 caliber or 40 to 357 caliber conversion kit, first of all, you better buy a barrel because the barrels are starting to get really scarce. And I would go buy whatever model, a C, M, or L, A1 in 40 caliber, and own that gun. I'd buy them now because they're not making the A1s anymore. They're not being produced. They are discontinued. Whatever is on the market is what's left. So if anybody was unaware, if you do at this moment, as of right now, if you want 40 caliber and you want to run it on the new A2 lower MF module, you better go buy one because they're not going to be available, at least for the foreseeable future. So we'll have to see. Yeah, I was a little upset. I don't know if upset's a really good word for it or not. I was kind of surprised. I mean, Steyr's always had the 4 variants, but they did discontinue one. I kind of would have thought it would have been the C model. I figured they would have kept S, M, and L, or maybe even got rid of the M. But the M is kind of their flagship. They're just known for it. I was surprised they went with the very small one, but that's their marketing, that's their research, and what they decided to do. I didn't have any input on that or even knew about it until the show. So let's see, 40 is 9 for 15 years. Yeah, C makes at least. Yeah, I don't know, guys. When it comes to, hold on, I've got my texture coming through on the phone. The different sizes basically move up in a quarter inch. I don't have my M right here on the table. I just have this L. But when you're talking 0.5 of an inch, the difference between an M and an L, I always tell anybody that wants to shoot, I start with an M. I mean, if you're going to buy a gun, buy 4-inch. That's where everything really starts. Or you need the very small subcompact for a business suit or a lady. That works better. The C model is kind of the in-between weird. It's not really subcompact. It's not really a standard, the 4-inch. It's a weird area. And to me, the C would have been the one to have gotten rid of. With the L, I mean, you do get those front slide serrations because these are still the factory ones. If I get this to zoom in. I mean, you get that. So that's a nice gain, but you do gain that much of the nose. You get that extra Picatinny rail. So with the new one, though, it does have the full Picatinny rail and the new shape trigger guard. And if anybody keeps asking what the little nubble is, that circle dot, that's actually supposed to be a part of a new holster design for it to interlock and grab there, is what I was told by one of the designers. So if you look on your original A1, you'll actually see there's indentations. And we can kind of get it here on camera. You can see right here how it kind of indents. That's where on the double click holsters, it kind of grabs right there because it makes a transition in shape size. Well, they got rid of it and they went to a solid rail, but they put that little circle dot. And that's supposed to be like a grab point lower down here in the bottom. So that's what that shape difference and look is. So there's that. Hold on, gentlemen. Somebody sent a message after the night. Okay. Yeah, I mean the 40 caliber was really the answer for air marshals because they had 10 millimeter, and the 10 millimeter was just too much for the avionics world or just airplanes in general. It had a tendency to punch through soft tissue and go out a hard pressurized cabin. So they used the 40 caliber, and that was the original design. If you look back into it, when they were messing with it, it was basically they wanted a slower 10 millimeter, but they didn't want to shoot 9 millimeter, which I don't understand why they just didn't use machine gun ammo with the 9 millimeter. Air marshals. I've heard of some of the marshals with the SIGs. I'm more familiar with the 357 SIG being Secret Service and state troopers. Here in Tennessee, the state troopers actually do carry it. I've seen some out in the Northwest, like way up Wyoming, Montana. They've had it. I've also heard of some out of Vermont actually carried 357 SIG just because of the punch difference of it. But, I mean, there's all types of varieties. I mean, heck, I used to carry 5.7 by 28 millimeter. I mean, it was a fun round for FN. It was just too expensive. When it first came out, it was really, really hard to get, and it got a horrible reputation as soon as everybody understood that it was actually designed to punch armor for the Belgians. Let's see, crossed. Yep. So, I mean, I've been a big fan of 357 for 20 years now or so. I've used it for law enforcement, private security contract, personal protection detail. I mean, it's been a really, really good round. It's worked. I've never had a problem out of it. It's worked for what I needed it to for As an anti-vehicle style round, it's been a great deterrent. So for 20 years of carrying it, using it, I've thankfully I've had to use it on soft tissue targets for at least the two-legged variety, but four-legged flying kind, the running at you in the middle of the night, bad dog thing. I mean, it works great. Cars, it works very, very well on windshields and door panels, so you don't have a problem. You can get it out. So I like it over 9mm when it comes to that, but I've got back into shooting 9 because it's inexpensive. 9mm ammos come way up in what it used to be. You don't have to shoot the weird old machine gun like triple plus P over case pressured. You don't have to worry about that anymore. I mean, you can just buy good quality 9mm ammo, and I mean, it gets the job done. So 9mm and 357 is what I like. I'm trying to think. Oh, I do have something for. Oh, the 65 grain. Those 65 grains at 21. Yes, I've seen 357 SIG. I want to say it's 75 grain or 85 grain that is loaded to the max. It's basically a plus P style round, and they're getting 1,800 feet per second and 700 psi at 10 yards. Is what I want to say it's like Corbon Buffalo. They make some specialty ammo. It's boutique ammo. I mean, more than RIP or the G2 research ammo. So I mean, they do make some. One of the ammo companies I actually talked to, which sorry gentlemen, it's escaped my mind. I have a video of them from SHOT Show. True Exodus shoots them. I interviewed them. I'm been up way too long. I can't think of names at the moment. They had a solid copper munitions. Man, it's gonna drive me nuts now. They have a solid copper round that's CNC'd, and it had some awesome numbers to it. Still waiting to see about testing it. Four Scott Munitions. Yeah, that'll come to me. They had a very interesting bullet design. So Underwood. Okay, so it's yes, Underwood. That's one of the ones I've seen and played with. Never really used it. I like to shoot the 140 grain full metal jacket in 357 SIG. I've done it on the numbers machine on a craftometer at 14 to 1600 feet per second and a consistence between 565 to 600 psi. Okay, I'll have to look into it and see about checking the numbers and stuff. I've been really curious. Maybe if any of you all have the information for it, I'd be curious. Has anybody shot 357 out of a long barrel? When I say long barrel, I'm talking over 10 inches. I've seen it used in lever action guns, so I'm curious on like 16.5. But I'm curious, has anybody built like an AR conversion in 14, like a sub gun? The only gun I'm aware of that actually has it would be the Chris Vector V. So I would be curious to know what the numbers, what the improvement would be, and if anybody actually has any personal, like real life experience with 357 SIG in something longer than 10 inches. SIG? I think so. I just haven't come across one of the MPXs. I've lost my tea to my cat. Great. Well, whatever. She likes sweet tea. Just right. Beans. Okay. Guys, one of another YouTuber. I was watching his videos. I'm not going to announce names. I had made a comment because I didn't want to. Excuse me? Oh. My wife's over here laughing about the cat drinking out of my teacup. So anyway, getting back onto topic. He was doing some shooting and a review, and I go out and I look at Steyr videos just to see how other people put them out, how they do things, just, the industry. he was talking about readjustment issues on the A1 variant due to everybody always talks about how slick uh, the lower grip module is, and I wanted to make a actual video, but this is just a really quick way to explain what I meant by in case if he gets to see this video. This teardrop is on each side of the pistol. And if you're not familiar, most people, when they do their grip, they put their thumb way up high. So let's see if I can get this. They get it up here towards the slide rail. When you put your other hand over, you actually put your right hand, your actual trigger hand, since I'm right-handed, it'll be my right hand. So in this demonstration, they'll actually put their thumb over the top of their support hand. And then they get this really weird look like this. They get this thumb up, they try to get this one way out, this one's way up the top. That will cause your hand not to sit right over here for your fingers to be on the grooves. Try one-handed shooting. This teardrop is actually designed for your thumb to sit into. So I'm going to rotate my camera around to kind of give you a better explanation, so because my arm does not twist all the way around, and since we're just on the mobile camera. So when you go to shoot, instead of getting your thumb up here, we're going to drop the slides. You can see this one's empty, no mag. Instead of getting your thumb up here or getting your thumb up here, which you can end up getting slide bit or catching powder burns due to the front, try to rotate your thumb into this groove and overlap your support hand over this thumb. So instead of going high with it, it actually should fit right there. So try a couple one-hand shooting, and you'll actually notice that your group angle, you won't be so high. So this is what I meant by lower your thumb. And then you put your support hand under it and not try to go so high on the frame. The reason why that becomes important, hold on, I'll try to get you guys up here. If you go this way and get your hand up here, this thumb no longer really supports, and you're putting pressure and you're not gripping because you're actually pushing your fingers forward. So try it this way. If you guys are having this issue, drop this thumb down and then run this hand forward, and it's just a support hand. It doesn't have to go on the gun. You don't have to go way forward. All it's supposed to do is just kind of cup over here and hold your hand, and that will also cause you to, from not having to, when you need to do a mag change, getting this hand, because this is a support hand, this will go down. You don't have to keep moving your thumb. Your hand's right there. You can actually roll and just push the mag. Just like that. It's right there. It's less movement. So I've done that in my IDAP shooting or speed shoots. When I mess with stuff, all you need to do is just roll your thumb, and you can push, and it doesn't take a lot of strength. You don't have to pull your thumb out and go that way. You can actually use the inside corner of your thumb. So just my 2 cents, something I've learned in shooting on the Steyr pistols. If it helps, I hope, try it, see what you think. All right, I had a comment. I'm going to try to catch up to you guys here. But I say we're going to kind of keep this one short tonight. I'm not going to do the full hour because I have some dinner that I need to cook, and I have been up and going since about 4 o'clock this morning. So sorry, guys. Let's see here. What your fingers are. Fingers. I ran my thumbs forward and method. Okay. Yeah, Maddie. I've got very large hands, like, size 14 ring fingers and stuff. I do have a large paw. It's something that I learned, and I actually had a problem when I first got back into shooting my Steyrs. After a number of years, when I went to when the L's came out, about getting my hand too far up. You'll see in some of my videos, I constantly drop the slide lock. I try to get my hand up here like I do on a Springfield. And I've noticed if I can get my hand pulled down, I can actually get my groups a little bit better. And controllability in your hand trying to move, or when you're shooting, it trying to twist and moving your hand. If you go high this way and you're jamming your hand up like this, I mean, it works. And I do shoot that way sometimes. But if I actually grip over, I notice that the slide runs smoother. I don't hit the slide lock. And I don't have to worry about the slide lock being dropped when the last round. It'll actually hold open. So it saves you from having to do a tap and rack. So just a different way in shooting. Try it, see how you guys like it. If it works, cool. If it don't, shoot the way you guys normally shoot. Let's see. I remember that. Oh, hi Jeff. How are you? So, all right, gentlemen. Is there anything? Anybody has any particular questions? Something they want to know about? I'll answer. If not, we're gonna hop off here. We'll try to end this here in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Yes, there's some dead silence. Okay. One of the cool little things this is gonna be in a package. We actually have a keychain. That's actually courtesy of G2 Research. That's actually, I think that's one of their 380s, one of the brand new ones. So you can actually play with stuff. Let's see. Yep, G2 man. Jeff, anywhere on a magwell? There is a magwell. It's built. If you're talking about the new A2 pistol, it's built in aftermarket for A1. I haven't got around to messing or designing with one for Ranger Point or Magpool. Magpool, nothing I'm aware of. Ranger Point, I've talked about it. They've asked me if I can figure out how to do one or design one. I just haven't got to it. So I've mentioned it. I've also, if you guys aren't aware, 1776 on his channel, we kind of go back and forth, talk, collaborate a little bit. He was actually good enough to send me a trigger bar and a trigger. This is an Apex trigger to play with. Magwell for the A1. Yeah, at the moment, there's nothing I'm aware of, guys, for the A1 for a magwell. But this Apex trigger assembly, I'm going to attempt to build a trigger for the A1. Granted, this would flip over to the A2, but I'm experimenting. And like I said, guys, 1776 was cool enough. He sent me this to kind of, I don't want to say cut up, but to use and try. So that's something I am working on. I haven't forgot about you, 1776. I appreciate it. It's sitting here. I just have to get time to build it and play with it, which I've got some extra additional parts. And let's see anything. Yeah, somebody else. There's been a bunch of people wanting to do triggers, and not to get into a tirade, but guys, if I build and play and get some type of trigger designed or out there, audible resets is not a priority to me. All I'm messing with is the actual, basically the trigger shoe. I am not doing anything with a bar system, anything else. All this is going to be is a change out your factory Steyr plastic piston, one to more of a flat face. That's what I'm working on. Yes, yeah, I'm not doing any type of audible reset differences. That actually, I don't want to say it drives me nuts, but God, it confuses me of why you want to know hear your trigger reset. Shoot the gun. Your hand will, your finger's going to move. It's going to reset, especially on a Steyr. You're never going to hear it, especially with muffs on. And God forbid you have to use it. You're not going to hear it. Your muscles will actually flinch, release the trigger, and go back out on a proper trigger. So one thing I am messing with, kind of show off here, 3 dots for a Steyr. So if you guys aren't aware, I have been messing around with this a little bit, and got some information on these. Nothing I can go on the page just yet with, but 3-dot post sights are available, and they're coming. So these are coming, and these are factory drop-in replacements. So that's what they look like. So I've got a whole table worth of goodies here on other stuff, guys. I'm looking around, trying to see what else I can push out there. Let's see. I've got all types of stuff. I don't need my glasses. It's extra parts. I don't know, guys. I was looking. I had some extra parts from Steyr here to show you what a factory trigger bar look like. And I don't know which one of the drawers are in. They're hiding around here. I've got my workbench is totally packed right now at the moment. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna check these comments here. Drive fire regularly and learn your trigger. That's exactly right. And something too, which I was really happy that 1776 actually talked about this the other day on his video. He has the mechanical gauge to show the trigger weight. I don't have one. I do it by feel, or I'll borrow a gauge. But guys, on a Steyr, your trigger is not properly seated, broken, the whole internals, the whole gun itself. A break-in cycle on one of these is at least 500 rounds. I actually noticed on one of my personal guns, it did not shoot as good until I had about 2,500 rounds as another gun that was 6 months in age difference. So shoot these things. They're meant to be shot. I mean, if you think putting 200 rounds to a gun breaks it in, I mean, that thing's still new. It's tight. Trust me, mine can spec one. At about 2,500 rounds, that's what it's going to be for the rest of its life. This one's brand new. I haven't even played a whole bunch with this one. This one's only been tested to make sure that all the work we did functioned. But the 9mm that I shoot, oh man, we're pushing 5,000 rounds on it, and it's just now getting to the sweet spots. So I mean, this particular trigger is much tighter than the other one, but I mean, a factory gun, no work, just clean it. If you've seen my polish videos, I mean, that does help if you clean up the internals and, smooth everything, check them the way I talked about. You can easily get your trigger down to 4.5, 4.8 pounds. So it's not a problem. And they just get cleaner and cleaner the more you shoot the guns. So take it out there and shoot, just put ammo down and enjoy them. And they get a lot better. And some people find that hard to believe on a new gun. I mean, they feel the trigger, they like it. They're like, that thing's great. Everybody talks about the trigger on a Steyr. Shoot one. I mean, I'll have mine at the range. You'll get to see a brand new Steyr pistol. You can shoot one that's had 5,000 plus rounds to it, and you'll notice a difference. Yep, man. All right, guys. Well, I'm waiting on some other parts. I'm doing some other things. So, last thing I'll talk about, and then we're going to call it a night. So, a few minutes. I told y'all something for the channel. If y'all aren't familiar, especially more on the Facebook side of things I do, I always talk about, I like other things. I like World War II, airplanes, history stuff. I put out some things about our Native Americans from the trip to SHOT Show. But I do occasionally do charity events, poker runs and stuff. I mess and do 4-wheel drives. So I like those, and I'm working right now on getting ready for... I'm off. All right, Maddie 013, 71. Have a good one, man. So we're getting ready for an event at the end of March. It's called the High Lifter Mud Nationals. I'm actually going to go out and go do some racing on some 4-wheelers. Are any of you all interested to actually have that on the channel, like what I did with the car museum on the way out to SHOT Show? I mean, granted, I do firearms and other stuff, but would you guys like to see a few different, just oddball things here occasionally? Or would you, for YouTube, or you just want to see some pictures of it? What would you guys like? I mean, if you kind of read the link in bio, the description of how the channel, what I set up, and other things I like to do, just to kind of break up so it's just not all one thing. I mean, is that something that interests y'all to see or see more of, or just occasionally? Please leave a comment. Let me know. It's kind of been a thought process. I've got some cool pictures and some events and just other things I'd like to share with you guys. Didn't know if you'd be interested or not. So that was my thought. That was at the start of this video, I talked about it, had a thought for the channel. Not changing the channel, just to add something. So let me know what you think, and that'll do it. All right, everybody. Well, we've done this for 45 minutes, so go enjoy your Saturday night, have dinner with everybody, and hopefully if you're here in the South, the bad weather will pass over and you won't have any problems. And do think of those that have had the issues here in the South with all the tornadoes and bad weather. So we'll keep those in our prayers and hope for the best. Alrighty, good night, everybody.